the name of taking everyone, we have an emergency. 1. You lot keep getting in. I wish Mercedes hadn't left. Sure, she also left the door open all the time, and the lights off too, and there was at one time where I fell over her phallic-like plaything in the dark, but at least I had someone to blame. And more important, 2! There is a man, or rather a man-child, who believes and possesses faith in a false idol. Gman! An exceptionally cringy and difficult individual who has been engaging in argumentum ad absolutum dribbledum with Alex. Sir! Alex is the prophet, my prophet, the prophet of me, the Alpha and Omega. Lord Bear, Captain Punani, smasher of back doors, defender of the faith, sir. The one true faith. The faith wherein fun powder, partial nudity, and a mentality that endorses and even encourages coitus prior to marriage, bigamy, and, the most important, laughing at fat people falling over. But don't worry, G-Man. Today, the day of our Lord, me, is a day in which you will learn the basic tenets of reaching a higher state of being. Ladies and gentlemen, I welcome thee to my church, a place that accepts you as long as you take your freaking shoes off before coming in. Welcome to the faith of Lord Bear. Degeneracy, debauchery, sodomy, adultery, buggery, all in the name of taking back the colonies one block of land at a time. Lord Beareth blesseth you, my children. All you have to do is pay Alex at the door to get in. Now welcome to Lord Bear's Hall of Shame. And guess who's going in next? G-Man! But in order to help you understand who and what this gentleman's game is, we must go through to the viewing room. Now, if you don't know who G-Man is, he is a part of the Shani and Rev sagas. He was once a part of the great debate community. Him, along with Shani Baggy Granny Fanny and Brett Keane and a bunch of other militant Christian types, would often be having Google Hangouts here on YouTube and meet up IRL. And if you watch the first Shani documentary, you will see that G-Man was once a delicious chocolate treat, or rather an object of Shani's desire. Yeah, I know, right? Imagine that thing chasing you around. Yuck! And anyway, we all know G-Man is so deep in the closet, he's in freaking Narnia! And yes, I did steal that joke from Jimmy Carr. No, I'm not even sorry. And guess what? It's completely fine. We welcome everyone here. If you like to gobble on giggle sticks and ride the muddy highway, hey, who am I to judge? Well, anyway, G-Man is a beacon of hypocrisy, dishonesty, many a fallacy, primarily the red herring fallacy, as Alex found out recently. G-Man recently took it upon himself to accuse Alex of cyberbullying, and Dragnaught, a beautiful chocolate Nubian man and a friend of the channel, of being feminine. Not sure where in the Christian Bible it says that that's a sin, but whatever, I suppose. Let's play a clip from the pre-trials when Alex was invited on to defend himself.
The amazing one. So for the first time ever on any of my YouTube channels, ladies and gents, I give you the irate Alex. So irate Alex.
Good evening, G-Man. How are you?
I'm all right.
Good.
Got a good voice there. I might have to use that for something.
I'm glad you like it.
He does have a radio voice, so I'll give him that. But anyway, all right, Alex, what is your defense or accusation against the Amazing Atheist?
The Amazing Atheist, I was never a fan of the gentleman, to be honest with you, G-Man. I pulled myself in here to ask you what your problem with me was, because you keep calling me an atheist, even though we've had this conversation before.
Okay. I have to do something here first before I answer that question. Okay, so Irate Alex, listen, man. This
Hi, how's it going?
Your trial is next week, so I would like to actually.
G-Man, I'm really upset about that, mate. Like, you know, I was looking forward to it, to be honest.
Okay, I'll tell you what. I'll put you on the docket, but you're behind. Well, actually, let me just pass judgment on the Amazing Atheist, and we'll get to you in a minute. Since you're really
okay.
Just give me a second here, okay? Alex, I guess you're being charged with attacking Christians on the internet. Actually, you know what? Let's change that because again, I like to think about what I'm going to say about people. That's why I wish you would wait until next week. I'm going to charge you for being a YouTube bully. All right, okay. and being a cyber bully. How do you plead? Guilty or not guilty?
I plead not guilty to that charge.
Can you please explain to me how you're not a cyber bully?
Well, surely the evidence is on for you to present to the court, is it not? Seeing as you're the one making the accusation.
Within yourself, and then I'll get to your charges in a moment.
Okay. I don't really know what it's based on, G-Man.
Have you ever unfairly gone after another YouTuber on here and said things about them, whether it was true or not, after they asked you to stop and you continue to do it? Have you done that, yes or no?
Do you have an example of somebody who's asked me to stop?
Yes, Shani. And the other people that you talk about on your channel.
Oh, you mean Shani most recently? Yeah,
Shani just in general. When let me ask you this: when a YouTuber tells you to stop, should you continue?
Well, Shani didn't ask me specifically to stop. And secondly, what she's referring to is a YouTube community tab post. And you can go read that community tab post if you'd like and present that to the court, if you will, or I can do it. And you can tell me whether you feel like it's bullying or not.
No, you can do it. You can do it.
Okay, but just give me a moment to pop over to my channel. And I said, Shani, for Christ, good afternoon. Shani, I don't understand you. I really don't. You didn't seem to have an issue with my skepticism yesterday as you replied wishing me the best. You then proceeded to stream popping off when I was hardly rude. You blamed me for many things that you know goddamn well I am not responsible for, but you know my feelings. I know yours towards me. Once again, thank you for the offer. I appreciate it. Wishing you and the boys the best. Now,
okay, so you're saying that you would be a nice Shani?
I felt like it was a pleasant departure.
All right. Do you support a YouTube channel by the name of Rumor Research Lab?
Rumor Research Lab helped me out with the first big documentary video I made about Shani, yeah.
But do you support the channel of Rumor Research Lab?
Well, I haven't been over to the channel, so I don't know whether they've uploaded any dodgy content. I mean, Rumor Research Lab seemed like a nice enough person when I interacted with them. It has been a little while, though, mind you.
Do you go after a YouTuber by the name of Chantel?
Do I do what now? Do I go after her?
Go after a YouTuber by the name of Chantel. And
I've made videos about Foodie Beauty, yes. She has roughly 70,000 subscribers. So one could make the punching up and down argument here.
What Chantel done that warrants these videos you make about her on here?
Sorry, say that again. Sorry, Matt, I didn't hear that.
What have you cyber bullied Chantel? Yes or no?
Can a 14,000 subscriber YouTuber cyberbully a channel of 70,000 subscribers?
I asked you a question. Did you
I answered your question with another question.
Did you cyberbully Chantel? Yes or no?
I'm going to go ahead and say no, because I'm of a mind that someone as tiny and as insignificant as myself, although I do appreciate my lovely subscribers, I don't think that I can bully another YouTuber, especially one with 70,000 subscribers.
So what you're saying is that you need to have more subscribers than somebody in order to be a bully?
Well, there is such a thing as the punching up and down arguments. I'm sure you would have heard of it before.
Well, I'm going to be showing you what cyberbullying is toward the end of this video, and I got to disagree with what you have to say here. But this is what we're going to do. We're going to take your case into consideration, and we are going to continue you until next week, and we're going to make a judgment on that. We're going to take a good look at your YouTube channel. We're going to look at what you've done with Shani. We're going to look at what you have done with Chantel, and then we are going to come to the conclusion whether or not you are a good person or whether or not you're a horrible person. Are you okay with that?
That's fine. Go right ahead, G-Man. It's your channel. Okay. You do what you like.
Okay, great. So next week, we will continue with the case of Irate Alex.
Now, this conversation went fairly well, all things considered. Unfortunately, a few hours later, on the Geek Room's channel, Gman had the tables flipped on him by entering a StreamYard that he could not control. Thus, he was unable to shut down those who disagreed with him. Alex and Drag also had a Western-styled standoff. Very, very entertaining.
The beginning of the end this summer. Drummer investigators and atheists worldwide will be destroyed by Gman.
What is your problem with me, IRA, Alex?
I don't have a problem with you.
That's a lot of hell.
Well, you mean because I mentioned you? Well, I mean,
yeah, a couple of times. You said I'm a douche, and you called me out a couple other things. So.
Well, you are a bit of a douchebag, though, mate. Like you threatened to dox me once. That's not very fucking nice.
I only know about you because Dragnut made a video screen sharing one of your docus or whatever. I don't know nothing about you. So what's your problem with
you live streamed about Fab and then me separately, right? And then you called me an atheist, but I'm not an atheist, you.
What is your problem with me?
You threatened to dox me, you cardboard cutout. Listen, you stop it. Right? It's not hard, is it?
Well,
It's not, isn't it? How you're forgetting all these.
I know you're isn't it? You mentioned me first inside of your document.
Shani, right? You decide to come out and have a crack at me because I decide to have a crack at Shani, right?
I defended Dragnet. What's your point? I defended.
You also defended Shani, you madman, and at the time when Shani was attacking my Bezzy wingers, mate. So why wouldn't I have a crack at you? Come on. Are you just deflecting with bollocks as usual?
I'm not deflecting.
It sounds like it because you keep mentioning Drag when Drag has the square root of cool to do with it, sunshine. Hey?
He's gonna start jumping around and fake laughing next, Alex.
Oh, yeah, sure I am. Yep.
His fake laugh sounds like
Jesus Christ. That's why I said you guys was not
G-Man. Darling, come on, right? Answer me the question, son. Come on. Answer me the question. Right, you defended Shani. You defended Shani when she was going after people and being a racist. You are a black man, sir. Why the would you defend a fat white racist? Hey?
Okay. So I don't even know the timeline that you're talking about. What's the timeline you're talking
about? What he does, like he pretends to be stupid so he doesn't have to answer questions.
November 2019.
Shame on you, Drake. He's actually stupid.
Let me remind you. Why is it so hard for you to?
You're an atheist.
Follow a conversation.
You're not a Christian because if you were, you would answer my question. Who are you?
What about being a Christian would mean that I have to tell you who I am?
Because we Christians try to be as honest as
nothing.
Okay, great. That you're a horrible person just like I am? Are you admitting that?
Why would I admit that?
Well, because you are a horrible person like me. Everybody's a sinner, including you.
Oh, God, here we go.
I'm good at what I do, ma'am, or sir, or whatever you are, because I can't see you, okay? I don't know if
sins have I committed?
You're a cat or a dog or a human or
what sins? What sins have I committed?
Oh, very amusing, Alex. Very amusing. Now you would have thunk that it would have ceased there, but nay, I tell thee, it didn't. G-Man proceeded to, in his salty-like state, live-streamed his intentions moving forward, including putting out a bounty for the doxes of multiple people who have merely criticized him. Just bear in mind that he's like 46 or something.
So I want to talk to the atheists on here that agree with me and want to see a lot of this end. If you know any of the real names and the addresses of anyone who was directly involved in the me losing my job, me getting thrown out in the street, if you know the names of any of these people and you can prove it with documentation, I am asking you to contact me via email, and as a good show of faith, show me your proof that they were directly involved in it. I'm not stupid. I understand Photoshop and all that other stuff and whatnot. Please contact me at GTV3. All the atheist community is being racist. Every last one of you. You don't want to see me have a job. You don't want me to have a roof over my head. And you people are habitually attacking me. You're doing this over and over and over again. And there's no end in sight. And I'm telling you right now, you make sure that you guys are ready for what I'm going to bring to you. And that's it. Now, obviously, you troll accounts. I can't do nothing to you. I don't even know who you are. Although I'm not going to lie to you, I am talking to some. The police told me that to just ignore you guys or whatever. But there are a group of people out there that told me that there's a way to find out who you people are.
Yes, you can see how very stable this individual is, can't you? Well, Alex then proceeded to live stream himself. And like clockwork, the man, the myth, the freaking Spurg appeared in the live chat, giving it, as we British say, the gob. Not being able to stand for Alex's response, apparently lying, even though that's quite literally what Gman had done. Alex jumped into Gman's StreamYard as they streamed from this channel and Gman's. It turned out as well as you would have expected it to.
Here's the thing, G-Man, is I wasn't watching Drag's live stream. I watched your video first. I was sent your video first.
I just asked you a question regarding him. I didn't ask you which stream did you watch. I asked you, do you believe everything that comes out of Drag's mouth? Yes or no?
Of course not. I believe in making my own mind up about everything. So,
okay, I'll try to remember you said that now that I got that documented. Matthew 5. Now, to answer your question that you asked on your stream is this. Okay, Matthew. This is just one scripture. But in Matthew 5:14-16, it says, and I'm a Christian, in case you want to know why I'm reading this. If you're not, then I can understand why you don't believe any of this, okay? It says, you are the light of the world. A town built on a hill cannot be hidden. Neither do people light a lamp and put it under a bowl. Instead, they put it on its stand and gives its light to everyone. When I say that,
G-Man,
we all fall short of the glory of God.
G-Man, are you talking to me right now, or are you just trying to talk to the audience?
I am talking to you.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize what we're going on about there.
I don't know what you believe because you haven't told me yet.
Oh, well, I have told you. This is the thing, G-Man. I've told you multiple times. You see, when I made my big video on Shani and you decided to come out swinging at me and threaten to dox me, you may remember that. You might not. I mean, you'd said that you didn't remember me from back in December, but it's all good, dude. You know, you did a couple of live streams. You addressed it Fab Fit Geeky. I remember because you called her Fab and Fit and Geeky multiple times in your live stream, which I don't know where you were. It looked like you were in an alleyway somewhere. I don't know, man. You were streaming from your phone at the time and you threatened to dox me. And then, you know, I responded by, the
difference between me, you, and Bozo the Clown that's over here on the far right. All right. I want to tell you the difference between the three of us. Okay. I actually believe in actually using this when I talk, okay? Because I'm actually prepared to show people what your UK laws are and what cyberbullying actually is. And I'm sorry, it is not defined the way you are defining it. And since laws are objective and not subjective, you got a problem with that now, all right? Now, you also said, sir, that you believe that morality is subjective. And morality is subjective. Shani didn't do anything right, and Shani didn't do anything wrong. You do understand that, right?
Oh, good grief. I'd really like to see what would happen if you presented my video in a British court, any of my videos, and whether they would determine whether it was a objective showing of their content and criticism, which of course is also law under fair use, which of course is an objective thing as well.
You mean getting sued? You mean getting sued for falsifying information on your channel? You mean that?
Oh yeah, by the way, us Brits, we don't sue each other.
Well, that's great. I'm an American, and we beat you guys in the Revolutionary War.
Oh, you beat it! Oh, were you there? Were you, G-Man?
nobody cares about what the.
I'd love to see you use a musket. I tell you.
And all these nations that was under your so-called UK, and plundered them for all of their wealth, and left these people with nothing. So please don't go there, sir. Your country is sorry. Thank you. Now you can unmute and you can say what you got to say. You can unmute and say what you got to say, Alex. You got it. There's a mute button right directly underneath you. I don't know if you use StreamYard on your channel.
You just muted me over here. See what I mean? You are a binge. You are a.
Okay, Alex, listen to me very carefully, Alex. If you go to a professional news station or something like that.
Alex getting a little bit heated there. Not the worst I've seen him go, mind you. I'd also like to point out that G-Man doesn't like it when Alex quote-unquote curses on his channel, but clearly didn't mind his friend and all-around freak Von Helton from doing it towards Dragnaut. It's nice to know your standards, G-Man. One rule for me, another for thee. G-Man, you are being placed here in the Hall of Shame for many, many reasons. Much of your lore is kept with Dragnort, a man who tried along with 2 others to help you in the community years ago. But you turned your back on him and others after they gave you money, after they took you out and about. You favoured Shani and Rev above everybody else. 2 people who are essentially monsters. They were racist towards you and you forgave them. And then you had the audacity to stand there upon your soapbox proclaiming that everyone is an atheist when Alex isn't. Oh yeah, and by the way folks, anyone who doesn't fit Gman's standard for what it means to be a Christian is an atheist, as if that's a pejorative anyway. It's okay to be an atheist, Gman. It's okay to be a Christian too. You stand guilty in my eyes, however, Lord Bear's eyes. The eyes of the Alpha and Omega. You are guilty of judging others and constantly and consistently lying about them. You even called ice on a woman who tried to help you. The world is not black and white, G-Man. You stand guilty of accusing Alex of cyberbullying and talking utter nonsense about Her Majesty the Queen when it had absolutely nothing to do with the bloody argument. You brought up the Revolutionary War of 1776 in a discussion about objective and subjective morality and the law, which is a major trigger for me, you know! Very, very insensitive of you. Also, it has nothing to do with anything. America's intervention in the Second World War also has nothing to do with cyberbullying, G-Man. Also, and to be honest, I'm being very bloody generous by not having Drag make a video listing off your sins, sir. But I will give you one final charge in sentencing. The one thing that you did that cannot be forgiven. Controlling the conversation, G-Man. Word of advice, you only show how incapable of discourse you are and your level of dishonesty in weak positions when you use the StreamYard controls to mute and remove your ideological opponent from the room and then pull them back in when it suits you. And to sit there expecting the burden of proof to fall on the accused is not only ridiculous, sir, but it's pathetic. You talk of America and how great it is. Well, in a court in the US of A, the burden of proof is not on the defendant. You are innocent until proven guilty. Now, of course, we could have a discussion regarding plea deals and all that jazz, but that's not why we're here. And in my court, we don't play those games. So I put it to thee, old gatekeeper, of what it is to be a Christian. How does one plead?
Yo, this is for Vessel, true empiricism, and every theist on YouTube has ever been teased, mocked, and ridiculed by the atheist community. It's our time now. Ding dong, atheist dead. Rub your eyes, get out of bed. Ding dong, atheism dead. As I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I follow those beats for my every breath. As I walk through the valley of the shadow of death.
Well, fine then. We will settle this with a cringy rap battle, sir. It doesn't matter the outcome, because either way, you are staying in the Hall of Shame. Mainly because you are without a doubt a giant freaking ponce! I'll probably get Alex to do this, to be honest. Alex, I need you to make another terrible diss track and teach this absolute zealot a lesson.
Alright then. G-Man. Come on then, G-Man. Let's have it, son. Come on, come on. Irate, it's in the name. And let this show I don't play games. I'll take you in a battle which I promise you can't handle. So let me take this slow. You can't understand this flow. Somebody please tell this loser. Google and Wiki up for smart users. The 40-year-old virgin roll. G-Man, this is your show. This shit is such a giggle. Come on toys, let's solve this riddle. Atheists, one and all, gather round bound to hear the righteous call. G-Man is here to judge us all in his court of know-it-all. Now stop acting like a fanny, as big as shabby shanny. Put up those pants and take it. You gotta fake it until you make it. Your debating skills is at a low, yet you deflect like a pro. I'll admit to run a funny skit when I see that you can't handle it. You think you got me read, you're not quite right in the head. In your courtroom I object, cause your stupid rhetoric had me dead. Cyberbully you think I am, well that's really quite the stretch. Use the kid's explanation video, you thought you caught us unaware. So in short, I will explain, there really is no game. You are no match for me, which, to be really mate, it's actually a shame, yeah. You tried to bring the battle in which I ain't that rattled. This track is just a huge farewell to G-Man's ranting wail. Now stop acting like a fanny, as big as shabby shanny. Pull off those pants and take it. You gotta fake it until you make it. Your debating skills is at a low, yet you deflect like a pro. I'll admit to run a funny skit when I see that you can't handle it. Now stop acting like a fanny, as big as shabby shanny. Pull off those pants and take it. You gotta fake it until you make it. Your debating skills is at a low, yet you deflect like a pro. I'll admit to run a funny skit when I see that you can't handle it.
Yeah! Have it, G-Man! What? The sound of London, fam, innit? Cheerio!